Hello there, welcome to Club Nintendo level 175. We're here to discuss our favorite games from 2017. Welcome, Aaron.
Hey, how's it going? It's been a while.
Doing good. It's very warm. I'm back from the Arctic North and
Oh, yeah.
back in sunny DC where it's 32 degrees. Very warm.
Oh,
Very
Yeah.
warm. Very warm.
So
How's it going,
warm.
John? How's it going, John?
I'm freezing my butt off. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, how hot is Atlanta right now?
How hot? Atlanta is not hot, Atlanta. It's like 35.
Oh, it's very
Oh,
warm.
wow.
Very
It's
warm.
42 here in Austin. So.
Yeah, I'm used to. I just came back from New Hampshire, which is like 0 degrees, or it was like negative 26 real feel. So
Yeah.
very warm at the 32-degree mark. But anyways, we're not here to talk about weather. It's very cold. We're talking about our favorite games, and I've been playing some stuff over the break here. And some of these will make it on my list because I got some new good ones here. But so in years past, we've done a bracket system where we try to hash out the consensus. This year, I thought we'd just talk about our favorite ones, starting with Nintendo platforms, and then if anyone has other platforms you touch, we can mention those as well. So, who would like to kick it off? I said top 5. Is that a good number to pick?
Man, that's tough. There's so many.
And we can also throw in top 3 surprises of the year. Maybe not your
Yeah.
favorite games, but
That
just
sounds good.
games that surprised you in delightful ways that you didn't expect.
That sounds cool.
Yeah. And we can have our number 1 most hated game that you played of the year. If that's
Oh man.
if you have one that you just did not enjoy.
I have like biggest letdown. I don't know about
Biggest
hated.
letdown. Let's do biggest letdown. Yeah.
Biggest letdown. maybe.
That's more appropriate. No hate here. Okay. So let's start with our number 5s, and then we can go. Yeah. Okay. Let's do this. At number 5s. Is anyone ready for the number 5th?
So hard.
Yeah, I think I'm ready for my 5th one. I
Okay.
think I know. I
Let's
think
do it, John. Let's do it.
for number 5, it's got to be Snake Pass.
Okay.
So Snake Pass is this game, if you don't know, where you are a snake. It's a platformer, and you use the snake to actually go through different levels and use the snake physics to actually climb through things, get on top of things, and kind of rope your way around the world. And it's really cool. It's really different. It's not like any other game I've played. It's on the Switch, of course. I'm pretty sure all the games we'll be talking
Naturally.
about
Yeah.
be on the Switch.
But
it's,
someone might have a 3DS game. There was Metroid this year.
Oh yeah, there was Metroid. But yeah, Snake Pass is really interesting. It's not too long. It probably took me less than 10 hours to beat everything.
So you finished all the levels.
I did, yeah.
Okay.
They get harder as they go, and there's collectibles. It's definitely a platformer. It kind of has that feel of like Banjo and Donkey Kong 64 kind of the looks. But yeah, from the minute I saw it, I thought it was a really interesting game. And then when I found out it was coming to Switch, obviously, that's just where I'm going to play it. And it's a really good game. Really good game.
Sweet. Yeah, I am a couple chapters into it. I got distracted and need to come back to it because that is a really solid pick. Let's see. Aaron, do you have your 5th ready?
All right, I do. For number 5, I'm going to have to go with Metroid Samus Returns.
There you go. 3DS
Yeah.
is dying out ever so slowly.
It is. But this game, is a pretty good end to its life. It was good in that, it kind of had like the Metroidvania like exploration that we haven't had for quite a while from Nintendo, especially in the 2D style. But the reason why it's not like higher on my list is because it got really boring. Honestly,
Yeah.
not even like repetitive. It was kind of boring.
Was it
that
tedious
was so
or
repetitive.
boring?
I would say it was boring because you just would go into the areas, you would see, like a one enemy, and you're like, okay, I know exactly how to fight this enemy. I just have to, what was it called? Like the counterattack. Yeah, you would just like counter their first move, shoot them a few times. Some enemies you might have to counter twice, and that was it. It was really boring after you kind of learned how it plays. But it was still fun to have a 2D, like Metroid game, especially for a little bit there when there was a little bit of lull on the Switch where there wasn't anything I wanted to play at the time. So it was nice to still have that portability, but could have been way better, I think.
Okay, excellent. My number 5, gonna have to give it to Splatoon 2. So really solid sequel, a lot of content. I still need to finish the single player campaign. I'm not sure if you've done that yet, John. No, okay.
I don't play single player.
They're pretty great modes on the
No,
Splatoon.
there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, but it was time for that, right?
Yeah.
So, I was worried about the not having the dual screen thing there, and wasn't too much of a problem actually. I found, but everything's better on Switch. That's just how it is. Like, you can bring it with you. It's great. I did some matches in the car using Tether for my phone. Like, that worked most of the time.
Who is your carrier?
T-Mobile.
Because I know my carrier, AT&T, does not let you do that. They actually block that on their DNS side.
Oh.
Yeah, no good.
Yeah, no good.
And
very disappointing.
I had really good memories of the Splatfest where you had ketchup and mayonnaise and you had all the white ink out there. It was great. Glorious times. I hope they do more colored themes like that again. I love how they have the Miiverse kind of built into this game, and I wish that was a system-wide thing.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. And I love the new weapons they've been adding. They've been adding the umbrella's really great.
They added a new umbrella last night, actually.
Oh, very cool. Yeah. So Splatoon 2, number 5 pick. Great game.
Splatoon 2. How many hours have you put into Splatoon 2?
Oh yeah, let me look at my account. It's probably not anywhere
you
near.
Put in 80 hours. You put in 80 hours.
You got 80?
That's actually, I think that's one of your. It's like pretty
one of my most
high for
highest.
you. Yeah,
80 or more. Yeah, it's up there. Probably my most played game on the Switch.
No,
Zelda. Wait,
Zelda.
wait. Who could forget about Zelda? Yeah.
Whoops.
So yeah. Oopsie, Zelda. Yeah. So number 5 pick. Number 4 picks.
Okay, I'll go because I know what 4 is.
You know. Yeah.
It's Stardew Valley. It's got to be Stardew Valley.
Okay.
I still love Stardew Valley just because.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I love the art style. I love the feel. I love how you can do as little as you want or as much as you want. It doesn't pressure you, and I love I just love the feel of the game. I think it's a really awesome indie game, and it's what's more impressive is one person put it together, which makes this like a jewel of a game to me. Just knowing how hard to to put a game together is. This is such a great little game to have anywhere because you can literally just open it up, play for a day or two, quit. Stardew Valley is all the way on my list. Number 4.
Is it better to you than the game it's kind of based off of? What are those? Harvest Moons?
You don't want to say it, Harvest Moon?
Yeah, Harvest Moons. I was trying to remember it.
It's hard to say because I have a lot of I really love some of those Harvest Moon games.
Mm-hmm.
It's better in a lot of regards. It's not as good in some regards, but it's way better. The things it's better at, it's much better at than Harvest Moon was. I'd say that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. This will be on one of my lists this year. Little teaser.
Yeah, and it's only like what, $15. So it's
15. Yep.
It's really worth getting. I'd say if you haven't gotten it yet, just go ahead and get it. They keep adding updates. I know there's some Switch only content, like some multiplayer modes, just for the Nintendo Switch coming. So
awesome.
That's cool.
Aaron, number 4.
Oh man, number 4. I'm probably going to say would be Splatoon
2.
Splatoon 2. Splatoon 2. I didn't play it as much as I thought I was going to. However, whenever I would take my Switch out and there was this was back towards the launch of Splatoon 2, it was kind of like my go-to to play on the go, whether I was on the train or in a lift or whatever. That's what I would like to play.
Interesting, because you need to connect to the internet first. So
yeah.
That wasn't an issue for you.
No, because I have hotspot everywhere I go.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And
you're
that's
on
the way.
T-Mobile too?
Yeah, I'm on T-Mobile. And
dang it.
that's the way that I have probably played this game the most is on the go, not really at home, just wherever I can either pick up Wi-Fi somewhere free or play with my hotspot. So, yeah,
Very cool. My number 4 is ARMS, and this was a bit of a surprise for me. It's like, okay, this is a brand new IP from Nintendo, and I really love the characters. I love the whole concept of you got these arms that go really far and put them at different angles and different combinations of arms, and I normally am terrible at fighting games. I normally hate fighting games, and this is a fighting game that that jives with me. So it's like the first fighting game that I actually really enjoy, like Street Fighter, and those other games. They seem like button smashers to me. I know they're not, but they are to me. And this is the first not button smasher fighting game for me. So ARMS. And
Do you think Smash is a button smashing game?
Can't be played like that. I will play it like that at times.
So you okay.
Yeah, I would. Sometimes I would smash.
Because for me, Smash was I know this is getting a little off topic.
Yeah.
But for me, Smash was the first fighting game where I was like, this is really accessible for me. I can understand these controls and it's simple. This builds off of this. The B's the special, the A you can do in different directions. It all made sense to me. Whereas other fighting games, it was like, A, B, X, Y did this, but man, after that, it was just like, you had to be like a freaking master.
Yeah, so Smash Brothers, I understand what everything does, but once I find a move I love,
I'll
spammer. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember playing with Pichu. Yeah.
That's the same thing with like Bowser Jr.
Okay, this is making more sense now.
Yeah. So ARMS,
okay.
there's more strategy I feel with ARMS, and I'm gonna mix up more than I will.
You can't spam in ARMS. Is what
it
you're
doesn't
saying.
work out. No, it doesn't work.
Doesn't work out in your favor.
No.
Okay.
No, not really. No.
Well,
So
that's a pretty good compliment for a fighting game, I'd say.
Yeah, and it's at version 5 now. It's feature complete. It's got all the content we'll get, and I'm excited to dive back into it and play with the new characters. So ARMS.
Are you gonna do that? You're gonna
I
go
will.
back in?
I will. And just for reference on playtime, I feel this is kind of an interesting metric to have.
Yeah, I think so.
So my playtime with ARMS is at 25 hours or more. So there you go. Instead of going the number 3s, let's go to our third most surprising game of the year. Is anyone ready for that one?
Most surprising as didn't like. Most surprised that I like it, or most surprised that it exists?
Surprised either it exists or that it was actually good.
So, are we just going for like new games or like new to?
It could be new to you.
Okay.
It could be new to you. Preferably 2017 releases, but it could be new to you. I'd say the top 5 should be of this year. But the surprises, you can throw out ones.
I said Stardew Valley. That didn't come out this year.
For Switch, it did.
Okay, so if it released on Switch this year, that counts.
Yeah, that
okay.
counts still.
Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So, what did someone already list theirs? No. Okay.
Their third surprise. I mean, I'll go with mine. I'd say Doom.
Okay.
I wasn't expecting to see that on Switch at all, and it came out like out of nowhere, and it came so fast. Like it wasn't like we're working on Doom and you're gonna see it next year, maybe. It was like we're working on Doom and it's gonna be out in 2 months, and it was.
Mm-hmm.
It came out and it worked and it's fun. I don't know if a lot of people bought it. I don't know how popular it is, but because I think if people want Doom, they're probably gonna want the higher frame rate version and all that. But for having it on a portable, like it is freaking awesome to have this game anywhere you go. So. Doom was a huge surprise for me.
Yeah, I'm very excited to buy Wolfenstein 2 on day one because I didn't buy that on the other platforms, and I'm intrigued by the story of that one. And again, it's a game that this is on Switch. Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah. Aaron, you ready?
Yeah. For me, I'm gonna go with Wonder Boy: The Dragon's Trap as my third.
Yeah.
So this game, I never played any in the series. A friend was telling me about this coming to Switch, and he's like, you should probably check it out. So I got it, and it's pretty awesome. So it has this new art style that's all hand-drawn, kind of comic looking, but then you can also just press like a button and it goes back to the old, like NES graphics, and then you can push another button and it changes the sound from this fully orchestrated back to the old, like 8-bit sound as well. So that's really cool. And yeah, I think for me the reason why it was so surprising is that the game is so I don't know, what would you call it? Like, the old school, like Nintendo hard. But I still enjoyed playing it. It was, even though I haven't finished it yet because it's really frustrating. It's pretty cool to just go around in what feels like an open world, because you have to kind of navigate it using different characters to get into different parts, like, different like levels. But there's no map. So you kind of just have to like remember where things are, and it's a lot of fun.
Very cool. My number 3 is of surprises is Sonic Mania. So
why is this a surprise to you?
I was surprised. I was pleasantly surprised how good it was to me. Like,
okay,
a good. We always joke about a good Sonic game. It finally happened, and that was surprising. Yeah, it was just a delight to play, and yeah, the surprise it exists. And because there's always the Sonic cycle of being very excited, then playing it and being let down.
Slowly realizing what you're getting.
Yeah, this happened for the past like 3 or 4 Sonic games, and this is the one that wasn't a letdown. So, yeah, Sonic Mania, and it was on Switch, and yeah, that's great. So, number 3 in your top favorite list now.
John?
You want me to go?
Yeah,
it's got the order.
Yeah, we have an order going.
Yeah, we got an order going.
We got an order going. Okay. Number 3 for me is gonna be oh boy. Oh jeez.
Yeah, we're getting the real stuff. Yeah.
We're getting the real stuff. I'm trying to do something so I don't.
We all know what it's going like.
We know you're one. We know you're one. I think.
No, you don't.
Wait,
That's
I think.
what I'm trying
Wait,
not to
1
do.
or 2. I don't know actually, because Zelda or Splatoon or Mario. Mario, you love Mario. Yeah. What is your 3? I'm curious.
Number 3 is Splatoon.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Splatoon's not my favorite game of the year. It's the
It's
game
your most
I like.
played.
It's the game I love to play the most.
It's your
but
comfort
it doesn't,
food.
It's my comfort food, exactly. It's not,
Mhm.
but it's not my most. It's
So
what
we-
I wanted, and it's what I expected out of Nintendo for a sequel in a game like this. But it didn't like surprise me.
Yeah. You're really glad it's on Switch, and
I'm really glad I have it, and I love it, and I'm going to continue to play
You
it.
played more than 360 hours of it.
I played, yeah, I have. But just because it's my most played game doesn't mean it's my favorite that came out this year.
Yeah, very fair.
Splatoon, it's awesome. You guys know I play it every day. I literally play at least an hour almost every day. Just, it's like my comfort food. Like you say, I like to get on, like just play. The new modes have been awesome. Clam Blitz has been awesome. Like, it's probably my new favorite mode. I could play for hours. I play with my friends. We'd be LAN. It's my game. Like, I've always wanted a good multiplayer game that I could call my home, that I really like to play. I was never super great at shooters. Smash, I was always okay, but there was always someone better than me. But Splatoon is my jam. Like, it just, it's that game that just kind of that speaks to me, and it works well, and I like playing it a lot, and that's really cool. It's not my number 1 though, so it's number 3 because it is a comfort food. It's what I wanted. It's because it's really, I think Nintendo did a good job with fan service with it. They really listened to all the Splatoon 1 players and what they wanted. They've pretty much given us everything we've wanted, I think, in the game.
Are more maps still coming? Is that
more maps are still coming, man? They've already got a couple more announced. Like,
Okay.
It's going to be a huge game once everything's in there. The meta's still evolving. It's just a lot of fun. If you don't have Splatoon and you really want an easy game to get into, but a hard game to master, I think it's really fun. They just up the level cap to 99. I mean, it's an insanely huge, awesome game.
Okay.
It can get overwhelming.
What's your level cap? What's your level at?
I am level 59 right now.
Okay, so you got some work to do there.
Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard to start. I mean, for all you Destiny people,
360 hours in, you're level 59. Yeah. Okay,
exactly. Well, the problem is if they had it 100 original, I would have been I'd be a lot closer. But I got capped at 50 for so long. Yeah. Yeah, I have real mad respect for any of those Destiny players who have like gotten that level, high level, because man, it just takes some serious grinding,
Yeah.
like just matches and matches. But yeah, number 3, Splatoon.
Very cool.
It is yeah, I think it's a must have.
Aaron, you're number 3.
Wait, are we now on number 2? I think we're on 3.
Number 3. I said 3.
Oh, okay. My number 3 is going to be Elder Scrolls V Skyrim.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
okay.
this game, although
New to
I have
Switch.
played it, yeah, it's new to Switch, and it's like 6 or 7 years old. I don't know. It's pretty old, but it feels new because it's portable. That adds this whole other level to it that you would have just never even thought that could change a game. You know, like I was able to play this on the plane. I was able to like just lay in bed and play this, but it's this huge like open world that you felt like you knew, but it's like totally new again. So it's a lot of fun.
Now, can you climb any mountains?
No. Well, okay, there's a horse in this game that is insane. Like, if you're on this horse, you can climb almost anything if you hit it at, like, the right angle, which is weird.
Okay.
Yeah, but...
What is... Without spoiling anything, what's the story of Skyrim? If there's
So
a
the story is that you're in this land called Skyrim, and it's like... It is... There's like this one race called the Nords, and they're like the main people there, like, and they've been there like since the founding of Skyrim. And there's at the beginning there was like dragons and stuff there, and then man came in, and the dragons used to speak in these shouts, and then man learned shouts, and then man killed off the dragons. Now the dragons are coming back, and your character is like a dragonborn, so you can speak in like the dragon shouts. And in like the background there is this war going on between the Legion, which is kind of like the First Order, not really, but then you have the Stormcloak, which is like the people of, it's like the Nord people that are like fighting back against the Legion. However, you would think, right, you want to be on like the rebel side, you want to be on the Stormcloak side, but they're also really racist. So like they hate like anyone else. They're like they're
right,
kind
like
of
right. Is it like
they're
right?
like Trump voters, you know. They like they're
Throw those stones. Absolutely.
they're like build a wall, don't let anyone else in to Skyrim, and so yeah, it's like you want to go for the rebel side, but yet,
Are you saying Trump is building Skyrim? Is that what you're saying?
yeah, basically he's a Nord from Skyrim. He's like a Stormcloak.
I think you just sold this game to me, Aaron.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I gotta try this. So, are you trying to you're trying to stop Trump? I mean, you're trying to stop.
Basically, well, no, that's just kind of a modern day analogy. But it really is that there are these Stormcloaks that are like rebels, and but they're really hostile against anyone that's outside of the Nord.
And you're
race.
leveling up your character and doing fights.
Yeah, so you level up your character in a lot of different ways. So you have a skill tree that is pretty vast. It includes things like, heavy armor. So if you want to wear heavy armor, you want to level that up. And then if you want to wear light armor, you level that up.
Are you stuck in the skill you decide, or can you reset everything?
No, so when you choose a race, it will kind of determine what attributes will be higher and what will be lower. For example, there's like a cat race, and they're really good at thievery and sneaking around. And then there is like the Nord race, since they live in Skyrim, which is really cold. They have like a resistance to frost naturally, and like they're really good with one-handed weapons, things like that.
Okay.
So.
Cool. Yeah. This also came out for PSVR, which that seems crazy.
Yeah.
So both handheld and right up in your face where you can't move. So all the versions, and it's a third-person game on Switch. Is that right?
So it's a first-person game or third-person. You can
how do you
swap
prefer?
in between. I prefer first-person. I find that the third-person looks cool. Sometimes you might want to look at the scenery and kind of check out your character in third-person, but the fighting is kind of clunky, and so.
Have you played around with the Zelda amiibos?
No, I haven't. I was talking to a friend last night who is playing this game for the first time, and he has a bunch of the like Zelda amiibo, and he said he was scanning them, but he didn't get anything cool. He said it was just giving him things like cabbage and stuff. So I don't know. I don't know what he was doing.
Okay, interesting. Okay, my third favorite game of the year is one I've been playing a bunch over the break here. That's Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Ooh.
I'm 20 hours into it, in chapter 2 or 3. It's going to be a long, amazing game. So, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, this is a sequel to Xenoblade Chronicles that was on Wii and 3DS, and there's X on the Wii U. And this builds on all of those great games with very similar fighting mechanics, and the thing I was worried. This is also a surprise for me this year because I was very worried with the trailers that I would not like this game. Like the trailers did not seem to connect with me in the same way. Like it seemed to lack what the original had that I thought was gonna be great. But as I'm playing it and diving into the story more, it's really pulling me in. Like the story is really engaging, caring about the characters in big ways, and it's hitting me in all the right spots, all the right feels, and it's the perfect game. To if you need to just zen out and do some grinding, you can do some grinding, kill some monsters, a lot of fun monster killing, a lot of dinosaur killing, and yeah. So Xenoblade Chronicles 2, highly recommended. It's Monolith at their best, and it's a very meaty game. For that $60, you get your money's worth.
You think it's better than the last one?
The next,
Yeah.
it's very different. X was a totally different thing. This is much more like the original.
I mean, yeah, like, do you think it's better than the original? I guess is what I mean.
I think it's on par. I didn't beat the original. I got probably 80 or 90 hours into it. I need to go back to that one. I think it's on par. If there's probably the thing it does better is there's probably more terrain and continents you visit. I think the old game, the original, was one just huge landmass. Is that right? So this new one, you are going to different territories and continents and all of that, and so if you like the original, you like this as well. Is kind of my 2 cents. Like it's a way different story. It's a way different story from the original. So if you like that combat, system, and you want a new story wrapping around it, this is a great game. And you'll have similar characters like Nopons, like similar creature types, but whole new character system, a whole new characters, and just the music was also like exactly as good as the original, and it definitely is beautiful. Music's beautiful when you have your headphones on and are able to listen. And you can play it in Japanese, which is wonderful. So I've got the Japanese audio going, and I got subtitles, and it's yeah, that's great because I don't want to hear the probably bad English acting. I'm not sure. I'm just guessing.
Speaking of that, I heard that like the localization on that, they had to cut out a lot of dirty jokes, a lot of sexual humor, and all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the main characters I wish they would tone down. Some of it's a bit, we don't need that.
It's a bit much.
Yeah, a little, like, how Bayonetta is like, some of it's like, okay, this is a bit much. But that's the only thing is I wish they toned down. But otherwise, it's a great game, so. And
do you find that the graphics in this version are not as strong as the past versions?
There's definitely a difference handheld and the screen, but nothing.
Can you tell the difference, like when you're playing handheld, or you're like, "Whoa, look at this game!" Like,
opposite, because I started handheld, then today for the first time hooked up to the TV, and it's like, oh, this looks a lot better on the TV.
Oh, okay. So it's noticeable. That's what I've heard. That it's a pretty
but still better than X on the gamepad by leaps and bounds.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, that's cool. That's good.
So in X, it looks good on the gamepad.
Well, that's good to hear then.
So, but this is a game I wasn't sure I'd pick up this year, and then on a whim I did. I was not sure if I'd like it. Like the trailers didn't sell me, but I knew I liked the other two games, so clearly I'd probably like this, and I did. So yeah, really great game. I'm 20 hours in, and I think it's about a 200-hour game is my guess. I've heard it's around there. It's a big game. So this is a game you can play for years if you want. But yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And there's DLC for it, but I'm not going to mess with that until I beat the game because that seems ridiculous. But yeah. So let's move to our second most surprising game of the year. Mr. John.
My second most surprising game of the year. Oh boy, it is. Okay, so it's probably the Darksiders War Master Edition for Wii U.
Okay.
The reason I'm surprised is I am surprised that it freaking came out. It is one of the last Wii U retail titles. I think Cars 3 is actually Cars
I think
3? Just Dance. There's a new Just Dance, so I think that might
ruining my.
Might take the mantle.
I had the last one. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They'll probably still make those for like. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if they kept making the Wii versions past the Wii U versions, but
yeah.
Yeah, I'm just surprised it came out. Like, we had the original game at launch, or excuse me, we had the sequel of this game to launch, so it's kind of weird. We got like them at the opposite times we should have. I never played it. It didn't really interest me in a game.
Yeah.
I have it as a collector. I have it, but it's just really interesting that this game actually came out on a platform that was obviously dead. Obviously had like barely any interest. Like, I don't think fans would have been upset, but I don't think they would have been like, I think they would have understood if it never came out. But it came out, and I think you got to give them credit for actually following through and actually getting this game out there. So, yeah.
Cool.
Second biggest surprise.
Mr. Aaron. Yeah, Aaron.
All right.
Your biggest surprise.
This is tough. This is tough.
It is, yeah.
My second biggest surprise, although when I was looking through my play time on this, it was like really low.
Yeah.
It only says 1 hour or more. But I know I played this more. Was Double Dragon 4. So the reason why it was my second biggest surprise was that I had no idea it was coming out, and one day I just go to the eShop and I was like, "Oh, I've been wanting to play this," and so I just downloaded it. And that night, like, it was a challenge because I don't know if you guys have played one of these games recently, but they're pretty tough, like especially like one player. And so I sat down that night and I was like, "I'm gonna beat this game right now," and I didn't. I died a bunch, and then I was like, okay, the next night. And so all next day I was looking forward to it, and I got home, and I sat down, and I beat the game. So it was awesome having that, like, challenge again. And, yeah, I had no idea this game was even coming. So
awesome. That's a virtual console, that little Neo Geo, or is that a new game?
This is a new game.
It's a new game, okay. Yeah, I hadn't heard of that one. My number 2 surprising one is NBA Playgrounds.
Oh, yeah.
Basketball coming to the Switch. They have the other one, of course, but this is arcade style.
Two basketball games.
Yeah. I'm 15.
We had 0, right?
We had 0 on the Wii U, I think. And I played this for 15 hours or more, a lot of play time. I really sunk my teeth in this one, and I rather enjoy it. It's got some quirks, but it's... Yeah, and it's a go-to local co-op game I'll play at the house when I have friends over, and it's one of my favorites for just like local co-op, or I need to kill some time, play some basketball. It's a great one. I'm sure at some point I'll actually get that other one that came out when it's on sale again next year, maybe. But yeah, NBA Playgrounds. Yeah, it's a second favorite game of the year. Miss John.
I feel like we're all going to pick the same thing.
Do you? We might have these switched, though.
I don't know. I don't know if we will. I mean, maybe we will. I know mine's Mario. Number 2 is Mario.
Yeah, we might have all the same thing.
Aaron, what's your number 2?
I don't know, guys. Honestly, I don't know if I can give it.
So maybe we should just talk about these two games.
Sure. Mario's my number.
No, for real. I'm being honest. Like, I don't even know if I can include Mario in my top
What?
5.
What? Are
You
you
haven't-
serious?
You haven't played it enough.
Yes, I haven't played Mario in a long time, and even before the episode, I was like, okay, I know this is going to come up. Let me get back.
Now,
in and
why
try to play
haven't
a
you
little
played
bit.
it? Did it not hook you in?
Interesting.
Yeah, it never pulled me in, and the number one reason was the controls, because there was no run button. That's the number one.
Why? You
Like,
don't need to run.
There's no run
You
button,
just
and
walk.
it felt so weird to me. And I like, it seems like there's no reason, but for some reason it just felt like I should have some button to push that was making me run a little bit faster. Although there are other
You run.
Mario games.
You run pretty fast.
Yeah, but it just didn't feel right. The number two thing was that there were things that like, you would have to do the motion controls to get the extra, ability, like climb faster or something like that. And
You can just shake your console.
no, I don't like that. And so whenever I was playing like handheld mode, it felt like I was missing out on the full game. And then when I played on the TV, I felt like I had to play with my controllers a certain way. And part of the thing I liked about the Switch and that I liked about the Wii U even is that you had that choice in how you want to play your games.
Yeah, I gotta say, I played most of the campaign in handheld mode and didn't miss the motion really at all. I know there was stuff I was missing, but I just didn't care. Like, yeah.
So what is your number 2 game?
Well, I was looking through and I was like, man, I have to give it to something. So I'm going to give it to Golf Story as my number 2.
Okay.
Because
That's a good
that
one.
game was also pretty surprising.
You did
in
play
that,
a lot of that.
Yeah, it's just an RPG golf game, and that's really all it is. And it's really driven by side quests, which is like, I think it's kind of hard to do, like make a main story quest out of just side quests. But the way that the side quests play out and teach you, new like ability, or not really like abilities, but they teach you how to do things with like the golf ball, like how to shoot certain shots, how to be more like accurate and things like that. And I don't know, it was just put together really well, and it's really playful, whimsical, as they say, and just the way that the characters are, they're pretty funny. So
Cool. Yeah, Golf Story. I need to try that one.
yeah.
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah, but
either.
Odyssey is my number 2. I love the captures, especially the final capture that we're not going to talk about until we do. We should do a spoiler cast on Mario at some point.
Yeah.
And I love the use of the music with lyrics. It's done in a cool way.
Yeah.
John, at this point, you've found where that's used.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I mean, there was points in this game where I was like tearing up because it was just made me feel so happy and like
Yeah.
so nostalgic and just
They
mean,
push all the
like-
right buttons in this game.
yeah, like
Yeah.
it pushed all the right buttons for me. I did feel like it was a little slow to start. I will maybe not slow to start. I feel like it started on an interesting foot. I guess I'd say the world they decided to choose to start with and everything like that.
Yeah.
Kind of it did take me aback. I'm used to seeing big green landscapes when I'm starting Mario, and they kind of give you the opposite. But
Right.
other than that, no, it's very different. Has a different feel. Moons has stars.
I love the post game
happy
content.
post game. Yeah, they just throw tons of moons at you in the post game. I mean, there's a lot to discover in this game and keep just kind of playing around in. So yeah, this is my number 2.
Yeah, it's constantly smiling during this game, just like one delight after another.
Another cool thing. I mean, this game came out. They announced this game in January. When is the last time we had a Mario game announced and released like in the same year? Like that to me was like just a big Nintendo's really committed to this Switch thing.
Are you in the consensus that this is better than 3D World?
Yes. Yeah.
Just checking.
Not the 3D World. I know a lot of people hate on 3D World, and I'll stick.
I love 3D World. So
I love it.
I was just checking. To
Yeah,
see,
I love it. I love the cat suit, but this game just has so much more like imagination.
All the capture
and,
mechanics were just great.
Yeah,
And just
The capture like becoming T-Rex and Bullet Bill and all the Goombas and
Little bird.
birds and
You can finally swim
The
with
frog jumping is fun. Like, yeah, they took a lot of good elements of all the Mario games and mixed them into one. Like, I really love the 2D stuff when you switch back to like 8-bit. So they took the best of everything. I feel.
Yeah, the 8-bit stuff was great. They did some cool stuff with that. Yeah.
So
awesome.
like with 3D World, or no, was it 3D Land
on 3DS? Yeah,
3D Land was
on the 3DS. When I first played that, I remember telling everyone that I felt like it was the feeling of playing like Mario 64 for the first time when I played 3D Land. And I know a lot of people said that about, this game. And I never got that. I never got that about,
the level design is that way.
About like Odyssey. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, the level design is Odyssey-like, I'd say. 64.
Yeah,
but
go ahead. But then I also heard that a lot of the fun comes from the post game stuff, and I never even got there. So I don't know.
Yeah, I would give it another shot. I would not spend a ton of time on each world. I would streamline your campaign and get through the story content, and then everything opens up, and then that's when the real exploration happens. And the stories, it's fun to play through the story, and the final boss stuff is really great. So that'd be my advice, because if you doing a thorough search of each world as you visit them isn't that beneficial, because you're gonna need to do that again when you beat the game. So, yeah, and I wouldn't worry about being able to do every ability on handheld. That did not really affect the play. And then the long jumping, get good at that, because that's basically what running helped you do in other Mario games, right? But anyways.
Yeah, you kind of get forced to use the long jump later in the game, I feel like.
Yep. And then, I love how Cappy's used as a weapon, and how when they take Cappy away from you, how limited you feel, and feels like going on Breath of the Wild when you lose all your items, that kind of feeling. Mm-hmm. So, before we get to our favorite game of the year, let's first do our most surprising game of the year and our most disappointed game of the year.
Okay, my most surprising game of the year was Sonic Forces. And it was surprising because I am so surprised Sega hasn't learned how to make a freaking Sonic game in 3D yet. I cannot believe this is their flagship Sonic game. It is just the characters are. It's not like I didn't watch. I watched playthroughs. I watched playthroughs of this game. I wanted to see how it was. I wanted to see how it stacked up in 3D Sonics, because I played a good bit of them. I haven't played all of them. I played a good bit of them.
And they knew it didn't stack up because they priced it not at $60.
It's just, oh my god! Give up on this already. Stop. Just stop. Why are you doing this? Just work on the 2D ones, making those better. It was so surprising to me how Sega they keep saying they learned, but they just they never learned, and it's I don't know, I don't get it. I'm sure there's fans out there. If you've ever seen videos on YouTube of
Sonic Forces, I hear is a fan. Insane. It's for the fans.
It's for the fans.
I don't understand that.
I don't understand that.
They like Sonic no matter what.
They do. They like it no matter what.
They do.
They're like Trump voters.
The character.
Amen.
The character creator in this game is so the Excitebike track builder was more advanced in this thing. You create characters that look like freaking just they're so not inspired. They're so boring. They're just one color. They have they look like they ripped out of a Walt Disney World, a Disney reject characters. They're just really bad. I don't know. This game is just so surprising that this could be released, and this is what this is their holiday game, is Sonic Forces. This is what they got. This is what they got for us.
This is what they got.
Yeah.
Okay. That was a wonderful rant. Wonderful. I love that rant. So Aaron will be back in a second. My number one most surprising game of the year is one that almost made my top 5 list, and probably could knock Splatoon off of it if I wanted to be real. Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
Yeah.
I picked this up, and I was, again, like Xenoblade, not sure I would like this, because I've never played XCOM. I wasn't sure if I'd like an XCOM style game. And this game made by Ubisoft, it feels like it was made by Nintendo first party. Like the Mario and Rabbids, it feels first party Nintendo. The quality is there. The humor and writing is better than any of the RPGs I've played recently from Nintendo. The Mario and Luigi series. The combat and the strategy is a lot of fun. It gets really deep. I love that the skill trees you can reset at any time to see what another focus area would do to your character and your playstyle. You can just reset it and get all your points back. That's really awesome. And there's a lot of characters you can try out. You have all the regular Mario characters that you can play as Mario, Luigi, Peach, and some others. And there's also Rabbid versions that have different abilities. And it's just the world design's really great. Like they have this Mushroom Kingdom that's like infested with rabbit stuff. Like it's just really thoughtful and well done. And I think when we all heard of this game coming out, that this might be a weird bad game, but it turned out to be very much a very good game. And I hope they do another one of these. So yeah, my most surprising game of the year, Mario & Rabbids.
Cool. Yeah,
Cool.
I never played that, but I want to.
It's really good.
There was just so many other games to buy.
Yeah, and I got it on sale for like $20 at Best Buy. It was like a screaming deal.
Wow.
Yeah, it's on sale now. I think for $40 digitally, if anyone's interested.
Yeah.
But yeah, Best Buy I picked up for like $20. It was a deal of the day type thing, and then that stacked with the Gamer Club Unlocked. So it's like it is my like only physical game I have for Switch. So it's just in my console now permanently.
Oh yeah, I thought you weren't doing that.
I'm not. This is my only one. It's like, okay, for $40 off, I guess I can have one game.
Might as well put something in there.
And, I mean, to be fair also, since the Switch does put the icon on your home screen, I feel less bad about having physical games.
Yeah, because it stays there always.
It stays there. And, as long as I have enough room in my little carrying case, I'll own a couple physical games.
I'm sure you'll have plenty of room. They're like the size of like a
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
very preferential to
Smaller than a
Yeah.
3DS game.
very preferential to digital, but for the rare
it.
sales like
I get
that.
it.
Well, let's slide. So, Aaron, your most surprising game of the year.
My most surprising game, I'm surprised you guys didn't even bring this up, Star Fox 2.
Oh,
So,
boy.
yeah, Star Fox 2.
Oh,
'Cause-
man.
And the reason why it's so surprising is like 20 years later, and then it's like, oh, here's this game that you've been wanting. And, but I
You
didn't
gonna
play
say
a
it? Are
whole
you
lot
gonna
of
say
it
it?
because it
It's
was
hot
really,
garbage.
Yeah. It's like 15 frames per second. It's so bad.
It's like 50 frames max, like at peak, which it never
Yeah.
it peaks out like on every like 100th frame. It's like really bad. Oh.
Yeah.
My honorable mentions go to the Hulu app, which I didn't think we would see on Switch
Oh,
this
yeah.
year.
Oh man, me.
And-
I
I'm
didn't
waiting on
I didn't think it was
like,
ever gonna come.
Netflix.
Yeah, where's Netflix now? And also honorable mention to Animal Crossing on my iPhone, which I'm enjoying the crap out of. I'm like level
I totally
42.
forgot that was there.
Yeah,
I'm
me too.
loving Animal Crossing on the phone. I'm playing that every day. I love the 3-hour rotation of characters. It's a good time structure.
Just not into phone games anymore.
Yeah.
When I don't have my system with me, I'll pull it out.
When's
I just
that?
feel like there's so many other things I could be like reading, doing on my like I just
When Twitter is up, when everything's up, the Animal Crossing comes out. So, anyways, those are my honorable mentions. Does anyone have any honorable mentions of surprises that have delayed you this year? If not, we can move to our most disappointed game of the year.
honorable mention. I don't know. Ukulele came out. I only played like 5 minutes of it. I'm not super impressed so far. It seems a little
Okay.
seems a little bland, but honorable mention just because I'm glad that's here.
Yeah, cool.
Um,
Aaron, any honorables, or are we good to move on?
Nope. We can move on.
Final honorable mention: pinball games are now on Switch. That's all I'll say. They're pretty good.
Zen's
Pinball FX3, pretty
Okay.
solid. You get a free table with it. Download it. There you go. Most disappointed game, Mr. John.
Oh, it's got to be Puyo Puyo Tetris.
Oh, because the Tetris mode isn't a full Tetris mode.
Because the Tetris mode is not a full Tetris mode.
Doesn't go to the maximum levels.
Like goes to like max level 20, which is
Yeah, I'm
like,
dead by then. Yeah,
It's
no.
like baby Tetris. It's like
Yeah, I'm dead by like 15.
Just super disappointing. I just want normal Tetris. Man, Sega really disappointed me this year.
Yeah.
Sega did this version. That's why the Puyo Puyo is in there. I think
I love that game. Like I'm a huge fan of Puyo
if you like
Puyo.
Puyo Puyo, it's great. But I was hoping for more of the Tetris. So hopefully this next coming year we just get plain old Tetris. I'd love to see Nintendo take over Tetris again, like they did on the DS. That was probably the best version.
Yeah, I played 5 hours or more of that version. Puyo Puyo.
Which one? The
Puyo
DS
Puyo.
one?
No, the Puyo Puyo.
I probably played 2 or 3, but man, yeah, like as soon as I beat it, I was just like, I was so disappointed. I was like, that's it, that's the whole game. I paid like full price for it, which it wasn't even like, it wasn't 60, but it wasn't like.
You should try the campaign, John. That's fun.
Yeah,
when you have time.
I just want to sit there and play Tetris. That's all I want to do. Just straight Tetris.
Aaron, your most disappointing game of the year.
All right, my most disappointing game is going to be a specific version of this game, the Switch version or any console version of Stardew Valley.
Whoa!
Aaron, my pick is also Stardew Valley. We'll talk about it in a second.
What is wrong with you guys?
Well, for me, it's one thing. The game's really awesome. I was really excited for it to come out because I even held off buying it on PC just so I could play it on the Switch. And it came to Switch, and it was a direct port of the PC game. It even had the cursor and everything, but the cursor was like really slow and you had to use the joystick to control it, and it felt like you were trying to just emulate a PC game on the Switch. It didn't feel right to me. But then when I go play it on PC, it feels good. It feels natural. And yeah, I just want to play it with keyboard and mouse.
I never had that disconnect. Like, I never even think I used the cursor at all. Like, I don't think you need to use it for much in the game, really.
I don't know. I felt like I just had to use it. I don't know. It's all about controls. Kind of like how Mario just wasn't enjoyable because of the controls.
So here's why it's my most disappointing game of the year.
What's your most disappointing?
Stardew Valley.
Oh, it is too?
Yeah.
What the heck? It's so good. I don't get
so
you guys.
I listened to a couple podcasts that were really in love with them. This game. So I was very excited to play this game. Very excited. And I knew you loved this game as well.
I love it. I still do.
And yeah, then I booted it up, started playing it, and I just was disappointed with the game. Like it was very tedious. I was running out of energy. I was running out of energy by like 10 a.m.
I think that you weren't managing your energy the best.
I think I needed more hand holding. Like it was not telling me how to do anything. It's like what? How am I doing this? And just I wasn't having fun. Just was not having fun.
So,
I wish I could exchange this for Golf Story. I made the wrong choice.
Yeah.
No.
I just was not having fun with this. I'd rather be grinding in Xenoblade or Splatoon. You know.
You guys are nuts.
No, I still really enjoy the game, just not the console version.
I think it's
like
fine.
it's like the one purchase I had this year that's like, ew, I made a mistake.
Yeah, that's true.
Really?
Yeah. That's my one. I should just like delete it off my Switch because I'm never gonna play it.
I mean, I should probably give it another go at some point, but so far I'm not impressed.
It's a perfect game to play handheld because you can hop into it for like literally 10 minutes at play and just you're done. Like you.
I mean, I'll play it to see if it eventually gets hooks in me, but so far no hooks. I've had a couple hour-long play sessions and still no hooks.
What crops have you done?
Whatever bean they give me.
Have you gone like and bought?
Oh, you get the string being at the very
beginning. I get
beginning.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just the systems are not clicking with me. I'm very lost. Might need to read a book about this game.
Jeez, it's just hard. It's just farming, right?
I'm very bad at this. Yeah.
Oh, whatever. Okay.
So yeah, our number one favorite game of the year is it Zelda, guys. Breath of the Wild.
No, it's not Zelda. It's,
Breath of the Wild. Yeah.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Wait, no! You're forgetting 1-2 Switch.
It's, yeah,
1-2 Switch. Yeah.
Snipper Clips. What?
Snipper Clips. Rocket League is pretty great.
Oh, Rocket League.
Fast Star Mechs. I love that one. I mean, there's some other ones. Lego City to cover. It's pretty great.
It's Zelda, right? Come on.
It's Zelda, yeah.
Yeah, Has to
We-
be.
We could all play Zelda again. Like, we don't need to talk. Like, oh, we could. We talk for
No,
for
no, I
days.
gotta say, it almost didn't make my number one just because I hated the DLC so much. I bought the
did you-
DLC. I bought the
Why?
DLC, and I do not like any
Don't
of
you
those
want?
packs.
Okay, so but you didn't like it because of the challenge.
It was way too hard. Like I can't get past the I can't get past it. Like I've
But
heard there's
you
new
have-
shrines in the second DLC. I hear there's new shrines and stuff. I can't get to them.
I think we're just learning Tim is not good
I
at video
suck.
games.
Yeah, Tim
I
doesn't
suck
any
at this.
challenge in his game.
I'm really
But
good at Zelda,
to
and I
think
can't get
about
past it.
The
I'm
people
not
that
good,
are
I
still
guess.
playing Zelda when the DLC comes out are the
Mm-hmm.
people that are like really into that game and are looking for more of a challenge. And most of
Exactly.
the people are just going to play the main game and be done.
Like I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
I got my fill, and I said that my filling's enough. I'm not going to come back for seconds. I don't need more on my
Did
plate.
you buy the
Thank you.
DLC, John?
No, I didn't even buy it because I knew I was already into so many other games. Like I knew I just if I
It's
buy
such a
it,
waste for me. Why did I
if
buy
I
it?
buy it, it'll be when I go back and replay the game, and then I'll just continue on like it was a part of the original game. But which I probably, of course, I'm going to replay at some point. But
Yeah, I need to watch some playthroughs of the second DLC pack because it is bothering me how I can't progress because they strip all of your health and weapons from you, and you have to beat these dudes, and I'm getting stuck. I just die.
I'm with Aaron. I think it was kind of it's kind of the point. Like for DLC, it's a challenge. You want more. They're going to give you because they're not going to put something so challenging in the original game that it's going to turn off regular players. But as a DLC, they have that allowance to say, hey, you paid for this extra ticket. You want this throw?
I would like easy mode. I would like easy mode
Yeah,
for the second DLC. The first DLC, I really do enjoy the challenge of getting through that that whatever endless wave mode that I have not gone through, but I do like the challenge there. This second wave though is not hitting me. It's like
Wasn't it $20 for both packs or whatever?
Probably.
For both.
yeah.
So that's fair. I mean,
Yeah,
I
it's
feel
fine.
like it
fair.
was a really good deal, like $20 for that game. I mean, you already had probably like easily 200 hours in that game if you go through and do everything.
Yeah,
Probably
I got all the
more.
shrines. Let me see what I got.
And then they added the DLC. And
So I'm
just for
145
$20.
hours or more. So that's pretty respectable.
Yeah, I'd say so.
So
I mean-
yeah, DLC aside, great core game. Like they did so much new. Like this changed open world games forever in my mind. Like, and it changed Zelda forever. I don't see another Zelda that's not a building on this.
Well, didn't Anuma? It's not. Is it Anuma? The Zelda director. I'm drawing a blank on his name. He already said they're working on the next one, right?
I think they did, yeah.
So
And it's probably built on this
exactly
engine.
Yeah, they're
I
gonna
thought that
take
was
this-
a Numa, isn't it?
It might be.
It is.
Yeah.
It is Numa, yeah.
But I'm sure they're just gonna like take this engine and just build on it. I'm sure they're just like. I'm sure you
Yeah.
know
The Majora Mass style.
exactly. They were done with the game, but they were like, "Man, we built all this up. Let's not throw it away. Let's keep
Yeah.
working on it." Yeah.
But yeah, I had so many just amazing experiences that happened because of this engine they built, the physics, the weather elements
Yeah.
were just
The
so
rain,
surprising.
The rain.
That's what you mean.
No!
Well, electricity usage, like using metal swords to like
Yeah, it's so
conduct
smart,
electricity
yeah.
through, different shrine puzzles.
I love how in a lot of Zelda games, like if you didn't figure out the one trick to get something done, you would never get it done. In this game, you could find like
Oh, yeah, there were so many different ways.
different ways. And like you talk to someone, you're like, I got in this way and did this thing, and you're like, wait, I did it this way, and I didn't even like
Yeah.
use that what you use, and it works. And that
Yeah.
was what's so cool to me is that they had to each piece they built had to fit into the world, and there was never a moment where it was like this doesn't fit in or this isn't going to work. Everything just worked the way you thought it would.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like that was
Um,
just so cool.
I love the
There's-
side quests. A ton of side quests. I did all of them. I'm pretty sure.
The variety of weapons was really great. We've never seen a Zelda game with this much variety of weapons.
I liked the weapon teardown. I thought I wouldn't, but I did like.
I think it pushed you to
It pushed you to try new
try
things.
new things, yeah, and try interesting things. Like I obviously threw a lot more weapons at people. Like my axe is about to die out. Let me toss it at the enemy, and
The usage of just climbing to the top of something to get a visual of what is in the horizon was amazing. No other game has you get to the top of something just to look and find where you go next. Like,
In that you could just, like mark that on your map and be like, I'm
Yeah.
going to go check this
I'm
out.
gonna
And
yeah,
just
like
jump
Assassin's
off.
like Assassin's Creed games, you climb to
off,
the top to unlock the map. This one, you go up there just to see. you know what's
I
out
just
there.
remember like the first time you go off the plateau into like Hyrule.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, wait a second, that was only the beginning. Like I thought that was the
Yes.
whole map. You're like, there's way more of this. You're like, holy crap! I
Yeah.
can't believe how big this
And
is.
this is the first Zelda game where it's like the horse. You know, I didn't use the horse because you just go to the top of something and fly. Like the horse was not that useful to me. I loved
Did you
tracking
not get a
down.
good horse?
I got
You
the
gotta find a
Ganon
good
horse.
horse.
I got the good horse.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I just loved being on my feet and climbing and flying and.
I really like the Guardians. I thought that, like I love like encountering Guardians and taking them out and kind of like I thought the enemies in this game were a lot more interesting than in the past couple Zeldas for sure.
Yeah, and I liked the music, the little piano.
Yeah, there was less music.
It was less music. It was,
awesome,
and when
yeah.
it powered in, there was some good stuff at the
Exactly, yeah.
castle.
The less music there was, the more impactful it was. When there was music, you're like, oh crap, something's going down. I hear some music. You like know something was about
Or
to happen.
they changed a lot of the tunes that we had heard through like previous games. You would hear it in the background, and it would like what I noticed is it would change with like the weather. Like when it was rainy, like night, like you would hear like Zelda's Lullaby, but it sounded kind of different. Did you guys ever notice that?
Not especially, no.
No. Well, you should. Go
I didn't notice
and
music was
play
great.
it. Yeah, there's a lot of like tunes that are just kind of in there that are like slowed down or something, or kind of like they added like a distortion to or something like that. It's pretty awesome.
I thought I liked all the powers like stasis and all that, where you could like freeze people, and I like how the arrows slowed down. Like I think the physics and just how all the powers worked was really well. Sometimes
And the armor, equipping it and leveling that up is a fun
everything
thing to do.
worked really well. Like it's all well
A
thought
lot of
out.
the fairies are really creepy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What do you guys think about the new temples in this one?
Underwhelming.
Yeah, like in the next one, they could do that better, maybe.
I think so.
I thought they were pretty cool because you could do them in a lot of different ways. Like you could find creative ways to beat them. Like I don't
Yeah.
think that I played any of them in the way that it was intended to be played.
I probably didn't either.
Yeah, and it was a lot of fun for me because that was like a challenge. I was like, oh, I want to get to the next one and see like how I can get around this gate and get to the thing I need to get to.
I love seeing speedruns of this game. That was a blast
Yeah.
to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can
this-
just go straight to the final boss. That was
Mhm.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite part. Is
And I love how you
whatever
go
you
from
want,
this totally vulnerable person to a super powerful person.
yeah.
yeah, you kind of look back and go, how did I ever do anything? I had nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, what did I even do? Like,
So I have a friend at work that just started playing this like about a week or two
Oh,
ago.
wow.
Yeah, remember how
And-
frustrated we were at the beginning of this game? I
Oh,
think.
yeah.
we
And
we
she's
were
so
all
frustrated.
ranting. Yeah, we were all
Yeah.
ranting.
can't
how,
do
like,
anything.
yeah, we're freezing to death.
Oh yeah, I can't go over there and freeze it. What do
Oh.
I do? Yeah, yeah.
Have you guys gone back and watched your like map of when you first started and how
Yeah.
many times you died?
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
my character is just like There's like a section where I kept getting killed by I think it was like the rock golem. Yeah, I got killed probably 15 or 20 times by that guy before I finally beat him.
And I love, the those horse men. What are they called?
The
The-
Minotaur.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Minotaur.
Yeah.
I love how like at the beginning of the game you didn't want to touch those guys. Now it's like, come on, I'm
yeah,
gonna
it's
bring
like,
you. I'm
yeah,
gonna take you down.
bring it, yeah. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And it
So
makes you
good.
wonder how Link failed 100 years ago. Like what? Like once you get to a certain point, you feel like nothing can beat you.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, and then I found the edge of the map in the winter area, which was interesting.
I think I did too.
It's weird. It's like, oh, the map actually ends, and yeah, you can go there.
Just kind of goes off into a distance. You don't see anything.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
But yeah, this was a delight, and it's on the Wii U as well.
yeah, and
Yep.
it came out at launch. Like
Mhm.
that was a big deal to to have like this huge game at launch, and it was like perfect. Like I can't think of anything wrong with this game, honestly.
No, gameplay wise, no.
No.
They fixed. There was a little frame rate issues they fixed after
Yeah, there
like, the
was,
first
yeah.
update. But honestly, that's no one's gonna remember about looking back playing the game. No one's gonna
Yeah.
remember. Oh yeah, the frame rate dipped every couple. No one's gonna remember that. So they fixed it. I mean, it's. I really need to go back and replay it because it's so good.
Played on like master mode now.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mm,
I
yeah.
tried it, and I feel like the entire plateau area is going to be like avoid monsters because it's very hard. I went through like 3 sticks and like an axe, and I didn't even kill one enemy. So I don't know.
Yeah, I love the enemy intelligence too. How it thinks things through and tries to attack you in different ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so good. Just
And
so
there's no
good.
motion controls that force you to use them. That's
And-
awesome.
And
Yeah.
I love just gliding through the air. Gliding through the air is just it's great.
Yeah. It was fun just to get on top of a mountain. And just leap
Yeah, it's
off.
climb to the very top. And they put stuff all the Korok seeds. I love just finding those. Like there's all over the place. It's great. And this, yeah, on all the shrines you'd find some just finding the shrines was the puzzle. It's great.
Did we mention the cooking? Like
Oh yeah.
cooking was awesome.
I was, that's one of those things you might think this is gonna suck, but it really didn't. It was kind of fun actually to find.
Yeah.
this stuff
The
and
only
mix
thing
it
I wish they would
together.
change in future games is saving recipes that I could just pick a recipe
Yes,
and
yeah.
do
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Mhm.
it. Yeah. That's the only thing I wish they changed with that one.
Yeah, I would say the menu system could have been a
Yeah, the
little bit
menu
more
was a
It was
concise.
little
designed for the
weird.
Wii U, obviously.
But was it because
Oh wait, it was not actually. It was designed for controllers. Since-
didn't they? Yeah, didn't they switch everything over and
Yeah, they
base
did.
everything
They
around the
did.
Switch
Yeah.
version.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm curious what a Wii U version of this game without Switch would look like.
Well, it would have been easier because you would have the menu always down there to switch like quick between, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So it probably would have worked better on Wii U, honestly. But no one wants to. Do
Yeah. No.
No one wants
I'm
to do that.
surprised just how many amazing Switch games there were this year,
Well, I'm just amazed that
and it
think
sold
about-
as well as it did.
Think about the conversation we were having this time last year.
Mhm.
Like what we were talking
What
about.
game did we play last year? Yeah.
Who the hell knows? Mario Tennis? Like what the hell?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
what?
this was an
You know?
amazing year. You had Xenoblade, Mario Odyssey, and Zelda, all first party from Nintendo one year, plus all these other
Splatoon, Arms.
Splatoon, Arms, yeah, huge games. Then
I mean,
then the second parties and third parties had amazing output as well. Doom coming, as you said, huge surprise.
LA
yeah.
Noir, Skyrim.
Yeah, you got a
There's stuff
game.
for, it's pretty much stuff for everybody.
There's games.
Yeah,
First
there's-
year. This is the best first year of any. I'd say any console in
Yeah.
recent memory.
Yeah.
Better than
yeah.
PS4, better than Xbox
Oh,
One.
it's
Well,
definitely,
plus
yeah.
they had the 3DS as well, and the
The
SNES Mini.
3DS.
Like there was
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of
The
Nintendo
SNES Mini
stuff.
actually
Yeah.
was available.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
I saw it at Best Buy when I went to pick up some
Did you?
games
You
during the
actually saw
holiday.
it?
It was
Yeah, like, during this
behind the
holiday season,
counter.
there's
You had to
no-
ask for it, but it was just there. If you asked for it, you could bought
okay,
one.
I did all my shopping online, so I honestly can't tell. but
Yeah, if you were in store, you saw them.
that's
Yeah.
cool. I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, so yeah, Nintendo had a good holiday.
And
a
they
good
brought back-
year.
They
Yeah.
bring back the NES Classic like next
Yeah.
year. They said like it's coming back.
Uh,
So they're listening.
do you think we're getting an N64 Classic next year?
Yes.
yes.
I hope
yeah.
so. They better
I
make
think
it.
it'll have like a lot less games, but it'll be there.
I want a built-in Rumble pack to that thing.
That would be cool.
It would be. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if they could do that.
It'd have to come with 4 controllers for like Mario.
It would. It would. So they upped the price. They could up it again.
Make it like 100.
Yeah.
That seems like a lot.
I don't
But
have an
people would
issue
buy
with
it.
that.
People would buy it.
Like if it came with 4 controllers and
They figure out
so,
how to do
you know,
Rumble.
like Rumble, and it had, somebody like it doesn't even have to have a lot of games. If it had 10 solid games,
Mhm.
I would probably pay like 150 for it.
I mean, Ocarina of Time and Mario 64 are like a no-brainer,
Yeah.
right? So
Smash,
Donkey Kong.
Perfect Dark if they can get it, or
John,
Golden
you
Eye.
want Donkey Kong?
They need.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Depends on who I mean, I'd love to play it, but I don't know. Most people would like give up like halfway through the first world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell you, Perfect Dark is not going to be on there.
Yeah.
GoldenEye. They need to figure out GoldenEye.
GoldenEye, they'd have to spend so much on licensing.
I thought so. The rights got less complicated recently.
Did they?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not. Ugh.
They did. Anyways, yeah. Some other honorable mentions from other platforms. I really enjoyed Uncharted Lost Legacy. That was my PS4 experience I had this year. Yeah, there's some good games.
I'd say if we were to pick one game that made me want another system, it'd be Cuphead. I really want to play Cuphead.
Yeah.
And I really have no means to play Cuphead, and I'm not going to spend $300 to play Cuphead. But
I heard there was a version on App Store for a little bit.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go get the bootleg version on my phone.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's one game. That's there weren't many games where I was like, sometimes there's a lot of games on other systems you kind of look over and you get jealous of if you don't have them. You're like, man, I wish I could play that. The only
Star
game
Wars was a disappointment this year.
disappointment. Well, it was like what in-app purchase city or whatever, wasn't it? Like,
Yeah.
So, oh man, there's a lot of games like that this year, though.
ugh, no.
Yeah,
I can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't literally. If I see something that says it has like in-app downloads, I look and see what they are, and if they are anything like get ahead, get 10,000 coins for. I'm like, no, I'm out. Sorry, like I'm not even bothering.
Yeah.
With your game.
I still have my 3DS. It has been not used at all though.
So, are there any 3DS games coming out next year?
I don't know. The last I thought was Pokemon.
We got Pokemon. We got the Mario Sports game this year.
We got Mario Party Top 100.
Oh, that's what it was. We got the Mario Party Top 100. Yeah.
That actually looks fun.
We got
I wanna
Pikmin.
play that. Oh, yep. Hey,
Oh,
Pikmin.
yeah, we did. Ooh. Not exactly what we wanted, I don't think.
No,
but
definitely not.
I guess it's cool for them to try it. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess 3DS is pretty much almost done.
I don't know. Like they
I think they'll do new games.
So
You think they're gonna keep doing new games?
I do.
I was listening to another show, and they were saying that the 3DS is looking to outsell the 2016 3DS.
Holy cow!
Sales.
Really?
So yeah, in 2017. So it might not be done. They did release like 3 different versions.
Yeah,
of
they
it
might
this
have.
year.
They might have a
So,
couple different games, not a bunch.
Yeah.
Switch was the best-selling holiday console. I'm pretty sure. I think it outsold PS4
I
and
think
Xbox
it's the
One.
best-selling console of the year.
Yeah,
for
Pretty
sure.
close to it. Yeah.
yeah. Nintendo, and it was they finally figured out how to make them.
And most of the year you couldn't even get them, so that was with constraints.
Yeah,
And they're
yeah.
still having new games coming out every week. Like,
Mhm.
And
Just wild.
it's at the
I mean,
point now where it's too many games coming out.
yeah, it's way too many games.
You're like,
Good
whoa,
point.
whoa. Yeah.
They need to do something with the eShop to make it, more
You can
user-friendly.
filter now, and
Yeah, but like I want to go in there and see some of the titles that I don't even know are there, and I feel like maybe
Oh, yeah,
had
they need,
some
like,
more,
a spotlight.
featured
They need
and
spotlight,
yeah,
yeah.
stuff like that.
Honestly, each genre should have like its own like featured highlighted
Yep.
page, its own top chart. Like they should make each
More
genre or whatever
like
have its own-
like the Wii U, like the Wii U shop was pretty great. Like you go to that front page and it was
Barely
always
remember
changing
it.
with different.
Oh yeah,
things.
they did. Yeah, they always had new stuff.
And bring back the music, Nintendo. I want eShop music.
I
Oh,
no,
gosh.
I don't want the eShop music.
Aw.
I can leave that. So annoying.
Yeah, because I want all that stuff to have to load every time I open the eShop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess Bayonetta and Bayonetta 2 are the 2 big games coming out early in the year. Is that?
Well, we got
Accurate.
Kirby and Yoshi announced.
Yeah, those will be probably a little bit later, right?
Well, I bet you one will be early and one will get delayed into like late.
Yeah,
You got the Mega Man games coming.
true. But yeah, earliest in the year. I think Bayonetta's February. Is there anything in January big?
I don't think so.
Okay, so yeah, Bayonetta will kick off the year.
You guys remember this quality of life stuff? Whatever happened to that?
It's on ice.
Also, whatever happened to the virtual console? Also, whatever happened to this online service? I
They-
feel like
Online got delayed until fall 2018.
No, they said
Yeah.
summer. They said spring 2018.
I
right?
got delayed.
It got delayed.
It actually did get delayed till fall. Yeah.
wait,
Um,
fall 2018?
Yeah.
No, it's not going to be that late. That's
Gonna be
insane.
great, but it got delayed.
No,
They
not
said
that far.
spring.
I remember
They said spring.
Yeah.
So you
That's
got,
what
got,
you
got a
think,
fresh delay. Look this. Look.
No.
What are you talking about? When did they
I
push
did
back
hear
to
that there was a
fall?
rumor that it could get like another delay, but I never heard any confirmation.
If they don't have it by next summer, honestly, I think it's like a problem. It's gonna
Or
be,
they
gonna-
need to just make it free at that point. It's like, okay,
Well,
it's too
yeah.
far.
yeah, it's too. You've come too far to just start. Yeah.
2 days ago. Here we go. 2 days ago. Okay. It got redacted. It may not be true, but there are some rumors that
Because
it got-
they said spring was
said
the.
spring.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be fall this year, so I think
Yeah.
fall of next year would be that's like crazy.
Nintendo's Italian website briefly mentioned that it was.
Well, they even
fall.
had like a date. They said September of this year. Like, it was a month.
Yeah.
But then that was what got changed this spring.
Yep. Okay.
I think. Well, last year they had the big January thing where they showed everything for the year. I think they might do something similar, where in January they kind of roll out like, here's the big, couple, the big checkpoints for the year.
They should. Yeah. That would be really cool to have like a thing at the start of every year kind of outlining.
Outlining the year,
because
yeah.
they did that last year and they hit everything that they said
Yeah.
they were going to do.
And they set our expectations. We knew.
Yeah.
exactly
Was
what
anyone
was coming.
surprised Xenoblade 2 actually got released this year?
I was.
I was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did not.
I did not.
They said I did not believe them when they said December. I said, why even bother? You have Mario and Zelda selling
Yeah.
fine.
Huge. Yeah.
Like
so
yeah.
I mean,
But it just shows that they have confidence that they have more games on the way. Like,
clearly, yeah.
They do.
yeah.
And what's Monolith working on now?
I mean, it could be. We had talked about a lot of these things could have been things that was for the Wii U.
For the Wii U, I
And
think
now that's why
yeah.
they're pushing so many out, is they already had plans for
They
the
probably-
Switch.
probably
Switch
why
stuff
last
is
year
gonna
was so
come out
dry.
later.
I mean, Mario and Rabbids, I think they said started as a Wii U game.
Yeah. That game is big and meaty. Like, it's a huge game. Like, Xenoblade and Rabbids, that'll keep me busy for a long time, I think.
We got we got Metroid next year, hopefully.
I don't think it's
Animal
next year.
Crossing. You don't think it's next fall?
No, I don't think. I think it's too early stage for that.
Yeah, I
They
would
didn't even
agree,
show. They didn't show anything.
because they didn't show anything.
They
at
didn't
all.
show. They didn't have
Full.
art design ready for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Nope.
I think
Animal
next
Crossing.
year
Animal
at-
Crossing. I think will happen.
I think it has to because they had to have been working on a Wii U version that they skipped over. So
And the mobile game, they'll be perfect to
And the
tie
mobile
into that.
game, yeah, like Mario came out like exactly a year after the mobile game came out. I think Animal Crossing
Mhm.
will probably come a year out after the mobile game came out.
If Animal Crossing hits, man, my life. Is
Yeah.
Oh
Yes,
man,
like-
yeah, on the Switch. Oh yeah, especially if they actually let me rearrange my house like they do like the new style. And
like
I don't
the
have to pull everything
3DS
around.
game. Oh my gosh,
Oh
how much
my
did I play that one?
gosh.
Like the Switch game.
I played over 300 hours of New Leaf. Yeah,
Yeah, like, whew. That's
It's-
me. I can't wait. That'll be the game of the year next year if that hits.
I need some Smash. I need some Smash.
Smash. Yes, I've been wanting that game on the Switch. Why?
Oh man, we're gonna get a whole new version. We're gonna get a port.
I don't know.
I wouldn't even mind having a port. I didn't
wouldn't
play
care. Yeah.
a whole lot on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got
Wii
Mario
U,
Kart on
so-
Switch this year. That was good.
Yeah, but if they were gonna port it, wouldn't they have done it already? Like
No, because they want to fill out next year.
that seems like too long. A time
I
to
don't
wait
think.
to-
Yeah, I feel like that's a little too long because the first year was really great for having ports because you could, there was like the overlap. You were getting the people who maybe wanted to play those games on the Wii U, but they never picked it up. And
You still get that though.
Yeah, but
But-
I think it's been so
don't
long.
know.
Don't people expect something new? I
Yeah,
don't know,
like-
something new.
Yeah, we'll
2
see.
years in, you don't want to keep getting,
We'll
stuff
see.
you've
I
already played.
don't think Sakurai wants to do another one.
He says that every time. He said that
Yeah.
after Brawl. So
Yeah.
Okay.
um,
Yeah. Anything else? Any final comments for 2018, 2017?
looking forward to it.
What color Joy-Con do you want released next year?
I want to be able to afford the Splatoon colors because they're still too expensive.
I want purple.
They're only like 90 on
Only
Amazon.
$90. I can't. Jeez. I'm trying.
For the set. It's like 70 for the set normally, right? So
I know, but it's
$20
just-
markup.
It seems
off
like crazy
Amazon.
to me when I use my Switch like I don't know docked most of the time, so I don't know
Yeah.
for Splatoon at least. No, I'm looking forward to it. I want the virtual console, like Aaron said. Like, give me a service, subscription service, or at least tell me what's going to happen. I don't care. Just tell me what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I'll get-
Did you pick up the arcade Mario Brothers game yet?
Not yet. It's a weird version.
It is
Played
very
it in
weird.
no way. I've played it in arcades like way back, but
Yeah.
I'll get it. Yeah, why
Yeah.
not? I like the original Mario.
What final question before we leave? Sorry. What game from 2017 that you didn't buy are you most looking forward to play in 2018?
Probably Rocket League. I bought
Yeah.
Rocket League, but I haven't started getting into it.
Yeah.
I'll probably get into it soon.
Yeah, I've played 3 matches. It's really great.
Yeah. So I'm interested to get into that because I've heard really good things about
It's
it.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah. And I also said earlier, I downloaded Ukulele. Haven't played much of it. Definitely feels like a rare game, but it's kind of the world seems a little bland, honestly, to begin with.
Yeah.
I'm on the first world still. I'm going into the second like soon, but yeah, just so far
Okay.
hasn't drawn me back in.
Yep. Okay. What you, Aaron? Any games from this year that you missed out on?
Yeah, there's like Rabbids, Mario and Rabbids. That's the one.
That's the one, yeah.
I think of.
Yeah, it's a solid one. Cool. Yeah. That game's been on sale a lot this holiday
Yeah,
season.
yeah. I think I'll probably try to get it before these sales end, but
It's an
there's just
interesting because I thought
so
that
much
was
other
selling
stuff.
well. I don't know.
I think it is selling well. I think.
Yeah, I think it is.
It's just on
I
sale.
don't
with
think
a
that
bunch
the
more units.
sales are a bad thing. I think that
It's
like Ubisoft tends to have sales during the holidays. Like
Yeah,
this.
they're not. This isn't Nintendo first price. They're sale.
Yeah,
And I think it just shows you how strong a lineup the Switch has that all these other games are selling where they actually might have to compete with,
Yeah.
with the Wii U, when a game came out, you didn't really have to think, oh, I'm competing with all these other games. They're competing with Mario Odyssey. They're still competing with Zelda. They're still competing with, all these other games.
Yeah.
So they might actually have to lower their prices.
It's true. Do you think we'll get new sports games next fall?
Wow. Yes. The Switch is selling at this point.
You
Yeah.
think Madden? You
Yeah.
think Madden hits?
we would have
I think
to.
it has to come.
And if they don't, then I
It's-
think that there's going to be some other sports game that's going to come in and take that spot.
Yeah.
If
Exactly.
the big titles don't come in, kind of like NBA.
Yep.
What was this one?
2K18.
Yeah.
No, the other one that Playgrounds.
Playgrounds.
Yeah, so Playground, you may get other style
We'll get play
games
action
like that,
football.
that
Oh, yeah.
fit
Yeah.
the Switch well.
I
But
think, I agree. I think if you don't see like a good football game or a good, whatever other baseball game, I think there might be a baseball game.
Yeah,
You-
there's baseball.
If you don't get those good games, some indie developer is going to come in and take advantage of that, and that's going to be the main. Those are going to get known as the main sports games for that system, and that's
Yep.
going to put EA in a. Going to put them in a situation where they're already in, where they don't want to be on the Switch anyways. It seems like so. I don't know. But it's crazy to me because EA.
The attach rate's huge for Switch, I think, right?
It's huge. Yeah, people buy at least a couple games. It seems like on the reg, and I don't know. It seems like EA is always chasing money. So why aren't they chasing the Wii U? God,
Yeah, and people are rebuying games they own on other consoles to have it
yeah, I don't
play.
know. It's weird. I don't get EA.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't probably buy.
Yeah,
it.
like people that own Doom on other systems, I think, are buying it again.
I mean, yeah, because the just being able to take it around with them is probably
Yeah.
a huge incentive. If
Yeah.
they
like,
really
I had
enjoy it.
Skyrim, and it was like a better version on my PC, but I still got it on the Switch. So
And paid full price for it too.
full price, and I'm playing it more than I did the other version. So
Yeah. Well, 2017, it sucked in a lot of ways, but man, was it a good year for gaming.
if you're a Nintendo fan, a lot of other people did not have a very good year.
No? You had
Yeah, like
Horizon.
Destiny 2 was terrible,
Was
Battle-
it?
but also
Battle-
good. I mean, it's terrible.
Yeah,
in a lot of ways.
Battlegrounds on PC was good, right? Battlegrounds Unknown. Was that good?
Player Unknown Battlegrounds. I prefer Fortnite. It's more fun, but yeah, those type of like the battle royale games, those are huge.
Resident Evil 7. Great. I don't know.
I forgot about that.
Yes.
Knack 2.
Yeah,
well,
there was a lot of VR
that-
stuff this year. You were
Oh,
real
yeah.
excited about VR at the beginning of the year, and
And then
then
it just fizzled out.
You know, yeah. Switch is very important to me now because I'm no longer in my own apartment, so sharing TVs and stuff, and not being in a headset all the time. But I did. Knack 2 was on sale, so I am now the owner of Knack 2, and that's going to be a game I play because I really like Knack 1. Sony's Mario.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, hopefully we get a good Star Wars game one of these years, and it is on Switch at some point.
Rogue Squadron remake.
That would be great. Anyways, and we'll be back soon in the feed for a Star Wars: The Last Jedi spoiler cast. So watch that movie and be ready because we'll be back for that episode shortly. Aaron, where can folks find you on the interwebs?
You can find me in most places at AL Rivera 423. I'm kind of getting off of a lot of social media and changing things up. So
Okay.
yeah.
What's the go-to if you, for people?
Probably I don't know. There's not Twitter.
Twitter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your friending you on the Switch. Yeah. Cool. John.
You can find me everywhere at John Wesley A. Pretty much. I'm on YouTube as John's Nintendo Carts, and that's where, and on Twitch as John's Nintendo Carts if you want to watch some Splatoon videos.
Cool. My handle is TCHATEN. You can go to youtube.com/tchannel for the video version of the show. We'll be back real soon for the spoiler cast of The Last Jedi. Bye.